In today's video, we will be covering 3 different cases where a female kills her boyfriend or her husband and then claims self-defense, but only one of them was actually self-defense. We begin with 18-year-old Latoya Locke. Latoya was brought in for questioning after witnesses say she attacked a 60-year-old man during a house party, which resulted in his death.
It's very scary. I'm scared.
Hey. Talk to your mom. A little upset, as you can imagine. I'm sure you're upset yourself. I want to talk to you for a few minutes before we get a recorded statement. Tell me what happened.
Okay. I don't know. His name's Charlie.
Charlie? Okay.
That's what I was told. I was smoking dope. I was there for like 2 days, smoking dope and drinking a lot, like a wake up drink. Because I have a dope problem, I have drug problems or whatever, and just getting high and stuff. I blankly remember a lot of things, but the police got called at one point in time.
Sunday night, I read the report.
At one point in time, told us to leave. I went back in there to make sure Charlie was all right. You know, I'm about to leave. He's like, "No, just stay. You okay? You're okay. We're already high and already drunk and everything. We're high and everything." I'm so scared right now. So we're sitting there or whatever. There was other people there.
Okay.
Not there when the incident happened, but it was other people there. He tried to kill me, basically.
Charlie tried to kill you?
Yeah,
How did he try to kill you?
He tried to.
What, was he mad at you?
He was just drunk. We were talking shit. He was like, "Man, I'm not buying no more dope from nobody. I'm not doing this." And I blankly remember, I just blew up.
And so this happened Sunday night? And what, had he tried to kill you for no reason?
Yeah, we got in an altercation.
What would y'all get in an altercation over?
Over dope, like I said.
And what happened?
I don't know, I just sat back on the bed. I tried to, but he
What did you hit him with?
freaking out.
You thinking now? You don't remember what you hit him with?
Now, right now.
And what'd you hit him with?
Bottle.
A bottle? What kind of
Picked
bottle?
it up so quick. An alcohol bottle, liquor bottle.
Did it break?
No, sir.
Do you know where the bottle is?
Can't remember.
Did you do something with it?
I can't remember. I was freaked out.
And he just started attacking
Yeah, we was
you?
yeah. And I pushed him back on the couch where he was, pushed him back, and just picked it up and just started.
And where was he when you left?
There, I was freaking out. He was
Where was he at?
On his little lazy boy.
Okay, so he's sitting in a chair?
Yeah.
And how many times do you think you hit him?
I can't remember. I had I was intoxicated. I was just freaking out, crying.
And what?
I would never hurt nobody. Can my mom come in here?
Yeah, I'm gonna let her come in here in just a minute. Here's what I want to ask you about.
Yes, sir.
So he just attacked you for no reason.
No, we got an altercation.
Okay, what was the altercation about?
Dope.
Okay, so you're arguing.
Yeah, we were.
By altercation, you mean
And
argument.
we were talking at first. We were fine because we were drinking 211. We was fine.
And he said he wanted to kill you or something. How old is Charlie? Almost 60 years old.
Yeah.
Are you hurt?
Yeah.
Scratch on your neck?
Yeah.
That scratch there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay. And that happened that night?
Yeah. After everybody was gone.
Okay. And you're sure it went down that way?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I always want people and encourage people to tell me the truth.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm
scared.
You're not the only person I've talked to. I've had this report sitting here, and I've talked to people, and I know you were upset over the injury on your neck before this incident took place, because I've talked to somebody you complained to about that. Okay, so you want to tell me what really started all this?
That's what really happened.
Okay, I do appreciate somebody coming in here and telling me what went down. If you were a guy, I would say you're manning up. You're coming clean with what happened and everything. But don't half step. Don't go halfway.
Yeah, I know.
If you're going to tell me the truth. I mean, we're just playing games here. I know and you know what really happened.
That's what really happened.
That's what really happened. So this almost 60-year-old guy just started attacking you. You got a scratch on your neck and you killed him with a liquor bottle. And you don't know where your clothes are, or you think they're at home. You don't think they're at home? What did you do with them?
The detective believes that she disposed of her clothing to hide the evidence of the attack. He also believes that the victim did not attack her and she had every opportunity to leave.
Coming in here, and I do appreciate you, telling me what occurred, but if you're going to tell me everything. All I want to know is the truth. Now, whatever happened is, you can't change that. But you can be truthful with what you're saying now. I can tell you're going to be arrested. Okay? You're going to be arrested. I mean, there's a death
I lost my mind, man.
Okay, well, tell me what happened.
That's what happened. He did this, and I hit him.
Well, you're telling me this. Your mother said that you told her that he tried to rape you.
I never said he tried to. She assumed because she seen the bruises on my leg.
Okay, so she's assuming. Okay, I may have misspoke.
Can my mom come in here?
She can after we're done talking. Okay. But I can't have her in here while we're talking.
Why would I do something like that though?
I don't know. You told me you got mad or something. What happened? What were y'all arguing about?
Can my mom come here, please?
She can as soon as we're done. I'll let her talk to you, okay?
How many years am I facing here, man?
I'm sorry?
How many years am I facing here?
That's not up for me to decide. It's not up for me to decide.
I just want to talk to my lawyer.
Okay. You're saying you want a lawyer now? Fine.
No, I'm saying no. Wait. Can I talk to my mom for a second?
Yes, but I can't talk to you if you want a lawyer. I mean, that's it.
It was self-defense. Period.
Okay. I can't really talk to you. You've already requested a lawyer, so at that point, I can't talk to you. I'm sorry.
I won't reveal which of the 3 cases was a self-defense case until the end of the video, so if you are sure it wasn't the first case, let me know in the comment section below. Our next case involves 41-year-old Darcy Wrigle. Back in 2011, Darcy pulled her vehicle over next to a police officer sitting in his squad car. As the officer approached her, she told him she wasn't feeling good and needed to go to the hospital. Before the officer could call for an ambulance, she also told him that she had just shot her husband.
So we got home and I was lit, very upset. I was really angry, extremely angry, and I mean just enraged at the whole system. And so I started going off, and I kept on telling Dan, don't take this personally, I just need to vent this, and it's it's just something I need to get through so I can go on. And then he started internalizing it, and he started drinking, and he started, on top of the stress I was dealing with my doctors, he was telling me that, I'm insane, I don't know what I'm talking about, and he started saying that I was talking about him, and I wasn't. I was talking about the system, I was talking about everything, and he always has done that in the past in our arguments, and then he starts really talking very bad to me. And
what was he saying?
He was saying, you don't work around here, you don't do anything, you don't put anything into the relationship, you're worthless.
How'd that make you feel?
Especially with being sick and all, and not having the right medication. And I decided yesterday that I just wasn't going to take it anymore. That I couldn't live like this anymore. And when I grabbed the gun, I was under the bed. That's where we keep it, on his side. And I was gonna do myself in, and I could still hear him in the kitchen just downgrading me. And I couldn't, I just, in a rage, went in there and I shot him
Where'd you shoot him?
in the head in the kitchen.
Was he facing you?
Yes.
Were you hiding the gun?
I was at first, and I requested for him to stop talking to me like that, and he wouldn't. And then he started again, and I just...
Darcy had been arguing with her husband after finding out the pharmacy was out of her medication and she would have to wait to get more. During the argument, she thought it was best if she wasn't around anymore, but as she listened to her husband's yelling, she decided it was her husband who needed to go.
And he was facing towards you?
Yeah.
And you told him, knock it off. Okay, and then what happened? What'd you do?
I shot him.
How many times?
I can't remember. I didn't. I really can't remember.
Well, you said you aimed for the head the first shot. Do you know if you hit him on the first shot? What happened to him? I mean, did he stand there looking at you? Or did he fall over?
He was... I don't know. All I know is I wanted him to stop.
You wanted him to stop talking?
Wanted him to stop yelling.
When he fell down, did you go stand over him and shoot again?
He, I murdered him. I didn't need to.
With the confession out of the way, the detective wants to know about the time her husband called the police on her, which resulted in her getting Baker acted.
He got me Baker acted.
No, the Baker Act, right,
Yeah.
December 29th of last year. Tell me about that for a second. Well, you know, because it almost looked like he said something, and you weren't really feeling that way. Because the police officer gets there, and you said, I can do what I want in my own home, right?
Yeah.
What happened with that?
I'd had it in the house. The house was absolutely filthy. We had a wolf, a large animal in the house, and he had some problems.
A wolf?
Yeah, he was a Malamute wolf that we adopted.
Okay.
And he couldn't use his back legs very well, so there was a lot of feces on the floor and
I gotcha.
stuff, and it was just too much for us to handle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having the same type of sinus infection back then.
Mm-hmm.
And all I said was, that's it. They're going out until we get this house clean. And then it blew up into a big argument where he's accusing me of kicking the animals out in the cold, and that he's going to call the, animal control or whatever. And I'm telling him, well, if you want them to be warm out there until we get this house clean, then build them a place to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what we did is build docks for a living.
Right. So the least they could do is build a doghouse, right? Or a wolf house in this case, right?
Right.
So how did you get to the point where the police were called?
Well, he didn't want to build it. And I just stood over him and yelled at him until he did it. And then I said, look, you got one day to do it, and this is how it's going to go.
And then what happened?
It seems funny now.
Well, I mean, it is. You kind of made him get off his butt and do something for it, right?
But he ended up calling attorneys and calling the police.
He blew that way out of proportion.
He did.
Okay.
And then he got me Baker acted, and then I went to a clinic for a couple of weeks or so in Orange Park.
Is that where all the medication started and all that, or what?
That's where they started me on the lithium.
Okay, and how'd that work out for you? It didn't, huh?
No.
Did he tell you he was going to leave you?
Yeah.
Was that what kind of set you off last night? Does that kind of set you off?
One of the things.
That's one of them.
And the fact that he was so cruel verbally to me, I didn't understand. I mean, it wasn't the first time that he had talked to me that way. And I told him the first time, I said, you're not going to talk to me that way.
So his whole thing is more like he just ran his mouth, huh? More or less?
Yeah. Telling lies and misrepresentations of me.
The detective asks Darcy to go back and finish her story. More specifically, he wants to know what she did after she killed her husband and why she decided to turn herself in.
Well, I couldn't breathe. I had decided that I was going to turn myself in, and that I couldn't live like that. I couldn't.
On the run, right?
On the run, or even with the knowledge of what had happened. So I got out and saw the police car, and I pulled over and I waved him down.
Mm-hmm.
And he came over, and then I told him what was going on.
So you recognized him as a police officer, and you knew, because you're in the right mind, that he can help you.
Yeah. At first he said, are you okay? Are you hurting or whatever? And I said, I'm really not doing well. I'm feeling lightheaded.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, there's more to the story than this. And I said that I think I shot my husband. Do
you accept responsibility for shooting your husband? What you did would be called what?
Murder.
Okay. Did you...
For whatever reason.
Well, I mean, obviously the unlawful taking of someone else's life, I mean, that's considered murder, right?
Yes.
All right, I just wanted to make sure.
I'm really scared, though, because I don't know what's going to happen to me. But on the other hand, I don't think that I even have a right to even wonder about that. Well, with knowing all of this that I've told you, and knowing other situations like this, what do you think is going to happen to me now?
Well, I mean, I can tell you that, and I'm just going to be real with you, okay?
Okay.
You accept that I'll be honest with you?
Yes.
All right. A couple of things that I know, first of all, is going to happen. We already had a warrant for murder for you. That was issued this morning by a judge with no bond. Obviously, we're going to serve that, and we're going to take you over to the jail.
So when I go into the jail, I'll just be there forever, or will I be executed?
That's not something that I have the say over.
Now, will I be in a single cell, or will I be with other people in the prison?
Darcy, honestly, because you remember, I don't know if you remember, earlier you told us that you didn't want to be on this earth anymore. All right,
yeah.
And you had this kind of thoughts. All right, and I think what they do is they separate them. They put you in your own little spot, and I don't know if it's isolation or what, but they're going to keep an eye on you so you don't do that.
How am I supposed to live with myself like this?
After spending a few days in jail, Darcy's story would change. This time, she was protecting herself from her abusive husband, and the only reason she said otherwise was because of the medication she was taking. Our next case involves Kyra Pridgett. Kyra claims that she stabbed her boyfriend during an argument, and then drove him to the hospital, where he later died from his wound.
Tell me what happened over the night.
Okay, I went to the fair and he called my phone like around 11 something saying he was ready to get picked up from work. So I went around like 12 going on 1 and he was like drunk and somebody brought him to the car. So we left, and like I knew he was drunk because his words were slurred and he could barely get in the car. So when I was driving off the beach, he like tried to hop out the car in the middle of the traffic. So then I tried to take him to the house. We went to the store because he asked for cigarettes. Then I left because I didn't want anybody like to get hurt, because I know how, like, when he drank, how he act.
How's he act?
Like crazy, like ready to fight people.
Okay.
So we went to the house. Then like 30 minutes we had left to go get the cigarettes. We came back, he bought cigarettes and like 2 mic cards from the store. I don't know how much he had at work, plus the 2 mic cards. And I went in the living room so I could get away from him to calm down, and he kept following me. Then we started arguing, and I was trying to go to sleep. I guess he thought I was ignoring him because I was on Advil PMs trying to go to sleep. He picked the table up trying to throw it at me, and the glass broke. He choked me, and I was like, couldn't breathe, so I picked up the closest thing to try to get him off me, and that was the glass from the table he broke.
A glass from the table?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you cut yourself or anything doing that?
No.
Okay. Were you hurt at any time?
When we was fighting, I got a scratch like right there, that's it.
Can you show them to me?
Right here, and then the other one is right here.
Okay. So do you think he was drinking at work?
Yes.
What you were saying?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you pick him up from work, y'all stop at the store, get some cigarettes, and you go on home and gets 2 mic card lemonade, starts drinking again, and that's when y'all get into the little altercation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said he threw a table at you?
He tried to pick it up and throw it at me, but the glass broke when he like picked it up, because he picked it up sideways instead of like straight up.
Okay, so it kind of busted when he picked it up, I guess. Okay. And then did he actually throw it at you, or did he just pick it up and break it?
He picked the table up and the glass broke, so he couldn't throw it.
And then what happened again?
And that's when he like put the table down and started like choking me. So I picked up the closest thing so I can like get him off me, and it was the glass.
Okay. When he was choking you, did you have both hands around your neck, one hand? Do you remember exactly how it was?
One hand.
You had one hand. What was he doing with his other hand?
I had it raised like he was going to use the other one or raise to hit me.
Okay. Could you breathe when he was choking you?
A little bit.
Okay. I mean, was he more or less holding you down, or was he actually choking you like you couldn't
Choking
breathe?
me.
Okay. Is there anybody else there?
No.
All right. So you're on the ground choking, you couldn't get him off.
I was on the couch.
On the couch. Alright, so he's on top of you choking you, you can't get him off. So you're on the couch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is your couch kind of low to the ground or something?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're reaching around for something and you grab the piece of glass.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what happened then?
That's when I stabbed him, and then he was like, he losing too much blood, and that's when I put the emergency lights on, and I did like 80 trying to get him to the hospital.
Okay. Where'd you stab him at?
Like somewhere around here.
How many times?
Once.
Just once? And he got off of you then?
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened? I mean, was it still elevated, like everybody arguing, or did it immediately calm down?
He calmed down, and we immediately got in the car and went to the hospital.
Okay.
Kyra claims that during an argument with her boyfriend, he attempted to pick up a glass table, which caused it to break. He then grabbed her around the throat. Kyra was able to pick up a piece of the broken glass, and she used it on him to get him to release her. If her story is true, this could be labeled as self-defense.
Is he okay? Because his sister texted me and said that he's dead.
Yes, ma'am.
He's dead?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. He died in the operating room.
I didn't mean to kill him.
Miss Pritchett, would there be any reason why you would be covering up for anybody else? Okay. Because the lady that you're speaking or wants to talk to you, do you know that DeMarco called her on the way to the hospital?
His mom, yes, I was with him.
Okay.
He called from my phone.
Okay. What did he tell her?
That a base at the Motor Lodge stabbed him.
A base head at the Motor Lodge stabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't true, was it? Okay. Because now we're having conflicting stories. Are we looking for a base head at the Motor Lodge, or he was just covering for you?
Yes.
Okay. Are you 100% sure it was the piece of glass and not the
Yes,
knife?
it was not no knife.
Okay. And you only stabbed him twice or once? Once? Okay.
An issue the police have is that they found a knife next to the shard of glass that Kyra claims to have used. They also noticed that there are no cuts or scrapes on her hands. This leads them to believe that perhaps the knife was used and not the shard of glass.
So you got stabbed with the glass, definitely not the knife?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So why is the knife sitting over on the table? Did you carry it over there at some point? Or?
I had both of them in my hand at the same time, but I used the glass instead of the knife.
So when you were laying down, you had the knife in your hand when he was choking you?
I had both.
Which hand did you have the glass in?
Right.
So you had the knife in your right hand, your left hand, glass in your right hand, you're laying there and he's choking you? Okay. What were you doing to try to get him off of you?
I was like trying to kick, but I couldn't kick because I was too weak.
Why wouldn't you stab him with the knife that's in your hand? I'm just trying to make sense of it in my head.
I'm right-handed, so whatever was in my right hand is what I used.
Okay. So you just reached down and grabbed the piece of glass? Were you feeling around for a minute, or
it was like kind of close to the couch, the glass. So I did like this for the glass, and that's what I had found.
Now, I did have one question for you. Whenever they were at the hospital, you said you only stabbed him once, right? They said there was 2 stab wounds.
I stabbed him once.
Okay. So at no time you stabbed him with the other knife in the back or cut him or anything?
No.
Did you try to take his hand off of you or anything?
Like, it's like, because I know how hard it is to get his hands off me. And I just couldn't, so I just tried to grab something.
Before you actually stabbed him, was there any, trying to get to him where you might have cut him anywhere? Because he's got some scratches and stuff on his arms and
I probably did.
stuff.
Because I know I blacked out and I was trying to get him off me. Because I have real bad anxiety.
But you don't remember stabbing him a second time at all?
No.
Did you try to stab him and it didn't work and then you tried again maybe?
No.
No? So just one for sure?
The detective let Kyra go home while he continued his investigation. A few days later, he asks her to come back in for some more questioning. Another issue they have is that after her boyfriend had been stabbed, he called his mother and told her that another male had stabbed him. Also, a neighbor told police that he heard 2 men arguing around the time of the incident.
There's a few things I wanted to clear up, okay? One of the neighbors came forward and said that he heard some people arguing. He said there was 2 guys arguing. Was there another guy there at any time? No other men? Nothing like that?
No.
Okay, because I know when we were talking yesterday out there by your car before we gave you your car back, you were saying when you got home, he was pretty angry, saying there was another guy there.
Wasn't nobody there. He was outside arguing with himself, and I told him if he couldn't calm down, he wasn't going in the house. And he kept arguing with himself. He tried to pick up the washing machine on the side of the house and said he was going to pick it up and throw it in the house, but nobody was there.
So I had somebody else calling and said they seen someone matching his body type and description walking down Fairfield in that area, talking real loud.
He was walking behind me, trying to get me to come back to the house.
Y'all went all the way down Fairfield?
We stay off 62nd in Fairfield.
Okay, but y'all were out walking around?
We was out walking.
Where were y'all going?
I was just walking, trying to calm down, and he was walking behind me yelling.
Okay.
He was trying to get you to come back to the house.
Yes.
Go back home, then what happened?
And that's when we kept arguing because he wouldn't let me get any sleep, and he didn't. He just wanted to argue, saying there was people in the house. I let him check the house, nobody was there. He still wanted to argue.
Was there anything outside before y'all went in, or did y'all go in calmly that time?
He went in calmly that time.
Okay. So y'all were in there arguing. You said he wouldn't let you go to sleep. Where were you trying to sleep at?
On the couch.
So the whole time you were trying to sleep on the couch? You weren't in your room?
I was in the room at first, but he wouldn't let me sleep, so I got up and got in the living room and tried to go to sleep. I kept dozing off, and he'd come in there, kept yelling and talking and stuff. And he wanted to argue, and I said, "Can I please get some sleep?" And he wouldn't let me get no sleep, so I asked him to leave, and he told me he wasn't going nowhere, that if I wanted him to leave, I would have to call the police and get the police to make him leave. So then he let me lay down for a little bit. Then he came back in there a little after 4, arguing again. Tried to pick the table up and hit me with it. I was on the couch.
Okay.
And then I had not did like this on the wall because the neighbors was home.
Mm-hmm.
I was knocking to see if the neighbors could come help me.
Yeah.
But nobody ever came.
You were knocking on the wall, so you were laying on the couch on your back?
Mhm.
Did you have that knife in your hand at that time?
No.
So where was the knife?
The knife was on the floor.
On the floor or on the couch?
It was on the floor.
Okay. So you're beating on the wall with just your hand? Okay, then what happened?
Then he got off when he seen that I was knocking on the wall, and he went back in the room. And I was still on the couch. And I dozed off because I was on 4 Advil PMs.
Mm-hmm.
A little after that, he came in there shaking me, telling me to get up. I wouldn't get up. He got mad and went back in the room. And he came back and he choked me again. That's when I got the glass and I stabbed him with it.
Okay, where was the knife at during that time?
It was under me, but I couldn't get it from under me because he was on me.
Okay, so you never had the knife in your hand, you grabbed the glass? Okay, because yesterday you told me you had the knife in your left hand.
I grabbed the knife when I stabbed him to put it on the table.
Okay, I'm not trying to trip you up, I just got to make sure I understand, okay? Because I know you told me one thing yesterday and you're telling me another thing today. I know you've had a little bit of time to think about it, so it's probably starting to clear up a little bit, right? Okay, so you did not have the knife in your hand.
I grabbed it when he got off me.
Okay,
That's
so you
when it
reached
was
down
in
the
my
floor
left hand.
and you grabbed a piece of glass? Okay, then when you grabbed the glass, he was on top of you choking you? With his left hand or right hand, do you remember? Okay, and how did you stab him?
Like this.
So you were able to push this way? Okay, but he was on top of you, right? Pushing down? Did he have his arms straight? Or was it bent like he's laying on top of you? Or was he pushed off?
Straight out.
Okay, I'm not trying to make you keep reliving it. I just got to know that way I can get this done, okay? Alright, so just bear with me.
The detective asks to look at her hands again because he still can't understand how she doesn't have any marks on her hands from the broken glass.
I see your hands again, Hunter. How did you not cut your hand, though? That's the part I don't get. Do you remember how you grabbed that thing? I mean, you said you were holding it like this. Is that for sure how you had it? Okay. Did anybody else touch that glass? Okay. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to send it off to a lab and they're going to test DNA. Okay. As long as your DNA is on it, then I believe you. But if somebody else's DNA comes back on it besides yours or his, then there's a problem, okay? So, is that the truth, 100%?
Yes.
Okay. You never used the knife on him? So after he got off of you, after you stabbed him, what did he do?
He started grabbing he kept doing like this, saying I'm losing blood. So he was trying to get some shoes. I said, don't worry about them shoes, just get in the car, let's go. That's when I turned my emergency lights on and I was doing 80 in the middle lane.
In the end, even though Latoya claimed self-defense, she decided not to take the case to trial. Instead, she pled no contest to second-degree murder, and she received 40 years in prison. Darcy would also be charged and convicted of second-degree murder. She too was sentenced to 40 years in prison. No charges were ever pressed against Kyra because the police believe she did act in self-defense. She was in fear for her life. She only stabbed him once, and she drove him to the hospital immediately. After taking him to the hospital, she immediately turned herself in to the police. They did not have to go searching for her as we see in many other cases. What are your thoughts on this case? Did the first 2 suspects deserve 40 years? Do you think the third case qualified as self-defense? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.